Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a detailed soft glam on this dark melanin skin. First off, you want to start by cleaning the skin. It's important you work on a clean skin, and I'm using my Easy Witch water to cleanse your face. The other options, you can use your micellar cleansing water on a cotton pod. Allow that to dry, and then I had to hydrate the face using the Mario Badescu setting spray, and then I also allowed that to dry before moving into this Nigerian brown water-based light moisturizer. I love the feel that this moisturizer gave, and there's something you should know: not all moisturizer are makeup friendly. Some type of moisturizer are important for your everyday routine, while some other type of moisturizer are best under makeup. Okay, you need to know these things. You don't just use any kind of moisturizer, and this one here is one very good one. It's a Nigerian brand, and here it's also affordable. And as you can see, after blending with my hand, I went in with a brush to allow that to dry properly before moving to the next step. It's important that you allow each process to dry, which brings me to the question on most times clients just want their makeup to be done in 20 minutes. I don't know how that is possible, but I try to just educate them to be a bit patient, because some of these steps need to dry before you move to the next. And then I went in with my setting spray, allowed that to dry a bit before going in with my foundation from the Too Faced Born This Way. The Born This Way foundation is a radiant sheer glow foundation, and this foundation is lightweight. I love the fact that it blends easily, and then I went in with my setting spray. Needed a dewy finishing for our makeup, so that is another reason you see me use more of setting spray in this particular video. There are different steps and there are different ways of achieving a dewy kind of makeup. It's not your regular type of makeup, so you see me using more of spray. Okay, if not, if you're going for a matte finish, I would advise you to not apply setting spray this much as I'm doing. You can see I keep applying setting spray because I need the skin to be properly hydrated. And then of course, you know, when I'm done with using my foundation brush from the Glam, I go in with my beauty blender from also the Glam Cosmetics. This beauty blender is not just soft, I love the fact that it bounces on your skin and it easily blends my makeup process. And then I went in with a Secure concealer. Secure Cosmetics is a Nigerian brand, and I think this their first shade of concealer is one thing I think they got really right, especially for dark skin. All their dark skin shade from the nude to the caramel of Secure concealer that I've used is actually nice, and it gives a nice finishing, and it also does not dry fast, so it gives you time to allow that marinate in the skin properly before going into blend. And then these are the areas I will be contouring with my foundation, a foundation that is 2 shades darker than our skin, which is actually almost a usual foundation. And this process is the process called highlight and low light. And then I went in again with my Mario Badescu setting spray. At this point, I've already applied blush, so I'm going to blend everything together. Okay, this is one of the reasons why this video is titled detailed. You can see how I'm giving it to you detailed, like I didn't do anything behind the scene. I'm just how I did it. How you're watching this video is exactly how I did it. Initially, when I applied the concealer, it was looking much abby. That's the thing about the Secure concealer. On cameras, they look ash, they look much, they look too much of a color, but when blended, it has a very nice dewy finishing. And these are the areas I'm just contouring to give a face a proper structure and definition. And of course, when I'm done using my brush, I always go back to use my beauty blender. And on this detailed look, When I am done highlighting under the eyes, the excess remaining on the beauty blender, I just go under the zygomatic bone, which is your contour, and then I just use that excess and blend under there, and you see that the face is actually uplifted. You can see how our skin is glowing from inside, which is the reason I actually advise you to know the difference between a makeup moisturizer and your everyday skincare moisturizer. Done with the blending, you can see how neutral and well blended it looks. And of course, I'm using the Mirac setting powder in the shade I miss nutmeg and cinnamon, because I love the yellowish undertone that's the cinnamon setting powder of the Mirac Cosmetics give. You can see how I was just pushing that into the skin, and I had to use the setting powder to apply on our entire face. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you ever tried using a setting powder to set an entire look, or you only use it to just blend? Please let me know in the comment section, and what was your experience like? When it comes to setting, I like to just place on the face and tap, dab, tap, dab. I just went under the zygomatic bone, and you can see how how it just uplifts the face. I don't like to just drag immediately. No, I like to blend it slowly so you don't end up with unnecessary harsh line that you will find difficult to blend. And then I applied my MAC finishing skin powder, I think in the shade dark. MAC skin finish powder is absolutely very beautiful on the skin. It gives this filter effect, pro filter effect. And then I went in with my beauty blender to also just blend it properly to give the nose a proper structure. And for my blush application, I enjoy using a beauty blender to avoid any form of harsh line, and I like to go in a V-shape pattern of blending my blush. And then I went in with my setting spray. Do not forget that the purpose of me using this setting spray multiple times is because I also intend to achieve a dewy look. I had to zoom in for you to see the finishing of the skin work, and then I moved to applying a brow tamer on the brows. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I will be going in with my eyeshadow base, which is the Benign Clown. Then I apply that on the eyelid, blend that with my brush properly. Then before moving on to eyeshadow application, applying a eyeshadow base primer is very important. Eyeshadow palette is from the Morphe collection. The brush I'll be using to apply this eyeshadow is a Nigerian brand called Glam Cosmetics. I'm using this brown tone color because I like to transition the crease with a neutral color, with a soft brown, a dark brown, a light brown. The addition different shades of brown that you can use on your eye crease depending on the skin tone of the person. I wasn't really feeling that shade much, and then I went in with my Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, and then I just keep blending. Truth is that whenever I am doing any makeup, I really don't have any particular look in mind. I just pray within me when I'm doing any job and just tell the Holy Spirit to guide me. So anytime you see me do makeup, is at the spirit lead, except a client asks for a specific look. That is when I give them what they want. If it is me just doing my thing, best believe I'll just be playing with colors till I'm comfortable with what I'm seeing or what I'm achieving. First is you need to apply your eyeshadow primer as base, blend it properly, and then make sure you transit with a nude color on the eye crease, and then make sure to place your product first. Tap that product on the eyes gently before you blend. Don't just swipe. Tap the product gently on the eyes before you swipe by blending. And this brush is also from the Glam Cosmetics. Trust me when I say their newly improved eye set of brush is absolutely worth every dime. I move into the other side of the eyes. I first of all use an eyeshadow, a dark eyeshadow like a liner, and then I just place that. You can see that on the eyeshadow palette that color was actually dark brown, but on the eyes, like on her skin, is reflecting black. So these are the reasons I actually do not copy eye look. I just place colors on the eyes. I know the neutral color or the nude color I want to use, and then I place it on the eyes to see how it's going to come out on the person's or on the client's skin tone before proceeding with that same shade. And then as I place, I blend to avoid any arch line. So that's it. Just keep going, place your product, blend your product, and trust me, you will be fine. You will achieve a perfect, well blended eyeshadow look. Of course, I proceeded to apply the eyeshadow under her eyes, just to smoke under her eyes, like under her lower lash line. And then I'm just going, according to the flow, as long as the clients do not complain and she love what I do. Because when applying makeup, most times, 90% of the time, I keep asking the client if she's comfortable with what I am doing, and oftentimes they trust the process. But thank God for that. And then I wasn't still feeling the entire look, so I went in with a touch of gold deposit color from the Morphe eyeshadow palette, and I love this twist. Next was my Miracle pencil. I needed to darken under her eye. I needed to use this pencil to just line her eyes, and I love the effect. Next was to use this Tehila black gel liner. This was a gift from one of my ex-students, Ulsas. Thank you, darling. I love it. This Tehila black liner is very beautiful. Time for the brows, because by this time the brow tamer is properly dried. And then, like I said, for the brows, I don't do too much. I just follow the client's hairline. That is exactly what I'm doing. And I'm used to using a brow gel, like a brow gel. So the brush I'm using here is the Miracle Angle Flat brush. So I just go in, you line the under, you line the top. You already know now. The next was just to properly highlight the brows, which is the brow bone. And the concealer shade I used here was the same concealer I used for highlights. Okay, that same concealer I used to clean up the outer corner of the eyes. Yes, outer corner of the eyelid, just to make my wing a bit sharper and to also uplift her hooded eyes. To think that before this look, her eyes were really hooded. But you can see how I was able to use makeup to uplift her eyes. So you see, guys, sometimes you don't need to copy and paste makeup. Follow the person's face structure, because makeup is meant to enhance someone's future, not to scatter the entire thing. Okay, blended up properly using a fluffy brush, and then I went in with my TM Essential Cheek Glaze to apply on her cheekbone, on her forehead, the top layers of her cheek. And I'm using my beauty blender to do that, to just blend. Went in with my Zara mascara. I love the bristles of this mascara because it goes into all areas. So I'm just applying this mascara at the lower bottom of our lashes, and then I went in with my Morphe contour powder to further define the nose properly, because it is time to snatch that nose. This nose gonna point. I went in with my beauty blender. I'm just doing a general touch up on the entire look, trying to further snatch that nose more. Yeah, and then blending is key. As you can see, there are areas that you apply makeup product to, and there are areas while blending you need a smaller brush because your big brush can't go to those areas. It is time for the lip application. For the lip application, I'm using my angle brush from the Miracle Cosmetics and the remaining brow gel. Yes, brow gel at the back of my hand. You can see it there. Okay, the back of my hand is like a missing palette, and when applying makeup, most times that's where I place things, and then that's where I also take from. So I'm just lining a lip, and then I'm going slowly because I cannot afford to clean that gel liner. I went in with my all-time favorite brand, Beauty by Jones, to just further a little bit of mixture. This is I'm trying to create an eyebrow lip, so that's it. You're already loving the process. Now tell me you don't like what you're seeing. This lip stain, especially this shade wey they call Mamus. Go buy am. To apply a Femena and Eruke mixture of Beauty by Jones. These two combination is a must have. And then I also went in with Beauty by Jones lip gloss, just to, you know, as a glossy babe now. Tigenero is a family member and have been very helpful in different ways. In this new age, may the Lord bless you, may the Lord order your step, may the Lord bless the works of your hands. And please, my baby girl is now a chef. I'm gonna call patronize her, beg. I went in with my favorite setting spray from the Juba Cosmetics in Nigerian Browns, and then we are done with this look. See how the setting spray just melts off all the makeup, and guys, we're done with this detailed soft glam for Antigenero's birthday. I hope you enjoyed every process of this video. Please do well to like, share and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, be happy, smile often, and bye guys.